Michael Baumgartner knows that I'm running against him. He does not want to be running against me. He knows everything. He probably knows what I had for breakfast this morning. Him saying, oh, well, I don't really know. The first time I've heard about it. Sure.
Right.
You believe that? I got a bridge to sell you or some Tennessee beachfront property.
I was just about to come around to is there any mudslinging? Because this is politics.
To me, there's two things. There's mudslinging, which is, talking about how ugly his dog is.
Mm-hmm.
Then there's facts. So I have not been very quiet about the facts on the things that I disagree with Congressman Baumgartner about. There's 40,000 Ukrainians that live in this district, and I happen to speak Russian. I happen to have been to Ukraine multiple times, so I wrote a very scathing op-ed when he said that Ukraine ought to give up 20% of their territory and go along with the president's, what he called a peace deal, which is what we would call a capitulation, right? I am going to criticize where criticism is called for. Now, like I said, I'm not going to make fun of his dog. He was upset. The government had the audacity of wanting to get a budget passed, and it made him miss his son's basketball game. And I'm sorry about that. That's really tough. Walmart's hiring. There's other jobs.
That part. Oh man. So like I said, you're touching a nerve once, they start. That's why I was asking about the mudslinging. When you touch a nerve, what they say, a hit dog will holler. I just wanted to know, has that started yet with the competition?
I'm sure they're looking. Look, they're going to have their that's why I'm saying he knows what I had for breakfast. I'm sure he's got a private investigator, and they got their opposition research. They could just ask me. I'm happy to tell them anything bad, right? But they're going to try to get some kind of angle on the thing, but they're going to kind of have a hard time with it. And I'm not taking anything lying down. I'm going to be coming talking to him about the policies. This is an agricultural district. He's voting for tariffs.
Yeah.
That's killing our wheat farmers out here. We have this district. You might not know this, and I didn't know it till I moved up here. 10% of the United States wheat is grown in this district.
Yeah.
That is $730 million a year that comes in wheat alone in this district. So you can imagine that those tariffs are not helping those farmers who are already making very narrow margins